So I thought I'd become an expert and pro in breathwork. 5 years of practice, altered states, and breakthroughs. I honestly believed I knew what I was doing. But then during one night last week, it felt like something broke in my brain and my life. So I was walking home through the park, and out of nowhere, my body and mind felt it had been plugged into an electric socket. Buzzing, shaking, heart racing, and in my head, I was just silently screaming the only word I know on repeat. Help! 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 And in that moment, I genuinely thought my life was over. So in this video, I want to show you the dark side of breathwork meditation no one warned me about, and the tools you absolutely need to keep you safe while you practice. So if you're just starting on breathwork or you've been doing it for years, this one is for you.
I integrate charge emotion.
Hi, I'm Tony, talking about what's beyond the ordinary everyday life psychology so we can think differently about life's deeper meaning. So this week is week 6 of my 10 months breathwork facilitator training with 7 directions. And as part of the program, we're also on week 6 of Michael Brown's The Presence Process book. So the daily practice is 15 minutes, twice a day of conscious connected breathing. Through the nose, inhale and exhale connected, no pauses. Quick safety notes, please check the contraindications for conscious connected breathing in the description below. And for week 6, the intention was, I integrate my charged emotions. And during one night, while I was walking home late in the dark, I walked through the park near my house and I remember it was full moon and no one else was around. But suddenly, out of nowhere, it felt like someone plugged my body and brain into an electric socket. And my whole body and brain were buzzing and tremoring, and my breaths became short and fast, like I was having a panic attack. And the only thoughts I could repeat in my mind was the only mantra I knew for this kind of situation, which was, help, help, help. But then all these intense dark thoughts flashed in my head, like I was walking on a path of self-destruction, and I'm walking towards the edge of a cliff, and I'm about to fall off. And then the whole park and reality started to feel unreal. My body was walking, but I wasn't in it. So I knew I needed to run home now. And when I got home, I quickly threw myself onto my bed. And then all these intense thoughts and emotion came out. From years of feeling different and making mistakes, hit me all at once. So I started punching the bed mattress, smashing my fist into the pillows, even slamming my head into the pillows, just to release all these charges. Because it was like my mind was a speed racing car with no brakes. But I don't remember much after that, except that I crashed and passed out from exhaustion. So the next morning I woke up with my mind empty, and the only thing that got me out of the bed was remembering that I had my breathwork facilitator training Zoom call. But surprisingly, the lecture was about Polyvagal Theory, which basically says our nervous system is like a ladder. So when we get more and more aroused, like when we keep practicing more and more active breathwork meditations, it's like climbing up and up the ladder. But if we don't know how to stop or come down and keep going up and up, eventually our nervous system will crash and collapse, which leads to a complete shutdown. And I knew that's exactly what was happening to me. So what was that night really about? From the presence process point of view, week 6 says, I'm not being attacked by random bad feelings. I'm bumping into my charged emotions. So Michael Brown in his book, The Presence Process said that we all have charged emotions as stored emotional charge from our past that we have pushed down and buried deep inside our body and mind. They're like energy stuck in our body that's frozen in time and still keeps replaying in our mind and reactions every day. And practicing breathwork meditation, like conscious connected breathing, is designed to wake those charged emotions up. It brings those buried emotions and body sensations closer to the surface so we can finally feel them and integrate them instead of repressing them again. So now when we add the neuroscience on top, Polyvagal Theory says our autonomic nervous system works like a ladder. At the bottom part is ventral vagal, where we feel safe, connected, and grounded. This is the healthy range when we can meet emotions, think clearly, and stay in our body. But when we become overly aroused and the arousal shoots above the threshold, we go into hyperarousal, sympathetic overdrive. But if it keeps climbing up with no way to come back down, the body eventually pulls the emergency brake and drops into hypoarousal, the dorsal vagal state. where our mind and body shut down and collapse and into hopelessness. So doing too much and too many activating and intense breathwork meditation can push our system up the ladder fast. That can be healing if we have enough safety and support, but can also be overwhelming if we're already stressed out and don't have enough support. So that's what was happening to me. On Michael Brown's presence process side, I had all these old, stuck, charged emotions that came back up, like feeling inferior, worthless, and choosing the wrong life. But then from the polyvagal side, my nervous system was screaming, "This is too much, too fast. I don't have enough capacity to deal with this." So the real problem of doing breathwork meditation is not it's not working. The real risk is if breathwork is working too well on your nervous system that you don't yet have enough safety, connection, and downregulation to integrate all the feelings coming up. So here are the 3 lessons I learned before you start or continue your breathwork meditation practice. First, before you start any session, ask yourself, do I feel safe enough to feel more right now? If the answer is no, then pause and stop your breathwork meditation practice immediately. Because safety isn't optional, it's the foundation of your practice. Without safety, charged emotions explode. With safety, they can integrate. Second, whenever life or breathwork starts to feel too much, use down-regulating breaths. It's as simple as taking a small, gentle inhale through the nose and a slow, longer exhale. I actually saw a YouTube video today where a doctor measures how quickly you can slow your heartbeats by simply lengthening your exhale. Other scientific research also shows that slow breathing increases vagal tone, which expands your window of tolerance and reduces overwhelm. And finally, my breathwork teacher Jenny taught me that the amounts of safety we feel is directly related to the amounts of human connection in our life. The more connection moments we experience with people, the safer we feel, and the deeper we can go into our breathwork meditation practice. And these don't have to be deep or profound conversations. Even saying hi to a neighbor or having a quick chat with someone you see regularly on the streets or in a shop is enough. So before practicing breathwork to integrate my charged emotions, I used to think I could do as much breathwork meditations as I liked. More sessions and more intensity equals to more healing and insights, right? But after I had my breathwork breakdown last week, I started thinking differently. Maybe breathwork isn't about how much practice I do. Maybe it's about how safe I feel when those emotion charges come up. And maybe the bravest thing isn't chasing the next big experience. Maybe it's learning to create safety and breathe in a way my body can actually handle. So the real trick for breathwork practice is not about breathing more. It's really about feeling safe enough to feel more. So if you had a breathwork meditation practice or a similar meditation breakdown accident before, please share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. It really helps me make more videos like this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.